There you go, look at that. Thank you though, thank you man, thank you for not doing that. Oh my god!
Hello, and welcome back to the finale, the final episode. We've come to the end point of The Last of Us 2 so far series. If you're looking at the screen here, which is appearing on your TV screen, if you haven't got this game, you haven't seen the screen, but it's what you see when you put the game now. But it's going to be our kind of like, our last hurrah for The Last of Us 2. Now, what I'm going to do in the first part is talk purely gameplay. Naughty Dog really did something good here for us. Like, I think they gave us tremendous gameplay, and I think it's crazy because the latter part of the game, you're playing solely as Abby. The game mechanics are more evident in this part of the game, the mission. This part of the game, this mission, this encounter. They're not really called missions, they're called encounters. So this encounter here is where you kind of like see the capabilities of this engine, and you kind of see how far Naughty Dog, how far Naughty Dog come. Because again, this is very much like Drake, like Uncharted, but it puts kind of like every single element of the game in one. Like I said, like this part of the game, almost in itself, I think this is like the pièce de résistance of the whole game, because I played this on stream, and those who are on stream with me, literally, we were all on edge. Because I think only one of my viewers on stream had gotten to this point here, but what I might do, I might turn the audio a bit higher, the game audio a bit higher, so you can hear my reactions here. But honestly, I knew something crazy was coming, but like it still had me on edge. But like honestly, you probably see all the comments popping off on the right hand corner of the game screen. It's gonna be whatever, there or there, whichever way. But
man, please tell me it's inside there. Please tell me it's inside there. Just tell me it's inside there, man. Yes. Oh, here we go. Now, we buck the peating. Watch it. What trying to look up? Can you sense it ready, fam? There you go. There you go, look at that. Thank you though, thank you man. Thank you for not doing that. Oh my god! That is a Mazzoline, fam. That is a Mazzoline, bro.
now, as I said though, with this encounter here, it literally gives you the chase. I've waxed lyrically about how the chase element of this game is so spectacular, because, as I said, it puts you in a place where you've got a path to go, but they don't entirely make it easy for you. You have to interact with a lot of things you have to be kind of aware. And once you do start facing the super mega bloater, you literally, everything that you've learned, I think pretty much most that you learn with Ellie is kind of like what you get. You have to start using it in this part of the game, because again, you're in a zombie apocalypse. You're low on bullets. You're facing on super zombie, like, do you know what I mean? So you gotta like be able to understand what your memory is, and you're in the dark. So things like the listening feature, things like healing. Oh my gosh, healing is so bloody important. Like, you're facing super blows, you've got to find time. Obviously, it's not the most agile of bosses, if you want to call it mini bosses, but you've got to know what you're doing. So things like scaling over things, over like barriers, or like journeys, or over through windows or whatnot, really important. But like the whole chase element, the climbing element, the shooting element. Like, I think once I finally killed this beast, I thought, yeah, I'm done. But I added another layer to it. There's a second part to it. I say this is probably, in terms of encounters, I died about a gazillion times during this encounter.
No, but I've screamed. My neighbors will be asking what's going on with this guy. Oh shit! Oh, it's this one. It's him.
I'm saying, so it just, I think in terms of like encounters or missions, it's probably one of the best missions I've played, because it was just so intense. It was so intense, and that's, if you want to give want to describe how The Last of Us feels in a nutshell, that's it. Now it's time for the story. Now the story. This is my big issue with The Last of Us 2. The story you saw this trying to do. So you start the game as Ellie. No, you start the game as Abby. Sorry, start the game as Abby. and then you switch to Ellie, and then as you're Ellie, you see that Abby kills Joel, and you find out later in the game that Joel killed Abby's dad trying to save Ellie. But then, like, the problem is the story really isn't about Ellie and Joel at all. The story really and truly, because as you play a large chunks of the story with Abby, and this game was supposed to make you see Abby as like the villain in this, or it was supposed to try and make you decide who the villain in this. But you already made I've already seen Abby as the hero of the story, so you can't make me decide that Abby is not the villain. But then make you play so much Abby, I think you're gonna make Abby's right. Do you know what I mean? But then you introduce people like Yev and Yara into the story, because again, this is what happened. As Abby tries to go and find Owen for some answers or whatever, some closure and whatnot, she gets caught by some scars. Remember, the scars are deep in the walls. And as they're about to kill off Abby, Lara and Lev save Abby. So now Abby's kind of indebted to Yara and Lev. But then there's this part of the aspect. Remember, Isaac is a very big part. He's the leader of the wolves. So what's the liberation or whatever you call him? Isaac is the leader of the wolves. This entire life, I think also, he's a very interesting character. Like, why do we know? Why do we have more about him? And this thing here, where Yara gets killed, saving Abby once again, and then Abby bolts off with Lev, and now Abby betrayed the wolves. Like, this was this part of the story was just was sick. I thought, wow, why can't I have more of this? But the thing is, this might be controversial, but it's not really true. This is a popular truth. I don't care if it's the truth. Abby's missions are far better than Ellie's missions. All the Abby's missions are interesting. They're intense. They're different. They're not you're not just chasing loose ends. You know what I mean? It's proper interesting. This storyline. This should have been its own storyline, or it should have had a better kind of way of stitching it together. It's very disjointed, man. You can see from the screen just how intense some of these missions are. Some of these encounters are. I mean, these aren't missions, these are encounters. It's how intense they are. And the only negative is that Abby didn't have the intention is to make it harder for you to obviously rely on brute strength. But there's a lot of parts of the story that's just so insignificant. Things like, the Abby and Owen sex scene, you know what I mean? And that caused a lot of uproar, but it's my thing is just they just try to add something to Neil Buckman, try to add something different to this game, so it is what it is, isn't it? But there are a few love stories in this game which kind of are supposed to add another element to it. But then this is supposed to be the big plot. So obviously we know that Ellie kills Owen and Mel, trying to get some answers once again, do you know what I mean? And now, once again, first Joel kills Abby's dad. Now Ellie kills Mel and Owen. Owen inches the love of Abby's life, and then bang, it's where Abby gets revenge. And this is the part of the game. Obviously, remember the way they did it is that this happened a while ago in the game. Do you know what I mean? And Abby only after doing a lot of missions with Abby only finds out. Obviously, they find a map and they find out where Dina, Ellie, Jesse. Either way, this is stupid. It's stupid, because you get to this point here and you're still playing as Abby. You're thinking, okay, what's going on? Okay, cool. Abby's just killed Jesse. It's stupid. It's stupid. You're really and truly they go through all of this and you think it's the end of the game. But guess what? There's more to it. There's a lot more to it because you have to try and defeat Ellie in this part. Because she's attached to you. Ellie, who you're a lot stronger than, by the way, let me just say that. But then somehow, Abby comes out on top. And pregnant Dina comes and saves and she gets fucked herself. And then they finish with Abby saying, I don't want your face again. You think it's okay, cool. And that's the end of the game. Now, this is another one of my issues here because this is supposed to be the parting of these two, the two main characters of The Last of Us 2. Abby just fucks up Ellie. She's decided up to the against taking revenge out because, she's trying to I think Lev is kind of showing her a new way of living. Do you know what I mean? She's up to the against just elongating that whole line of revenge. And you're thinking to yourself, this is kind of a dope way to end the game. But even though it was a dope way to end the game, as the final mission, it would be really, really shit. So what did Naughty Dog do? they've added like another act to this. You know what I mean? So this is the other love story here, you know. Dina and Eddie's love story. That's Jesse and Dina's child. Jesse's now dead and whatnot. Jesse's parents have forgiven forgiven them for getting Jesse killed, I guess. But either way, like it's supposed to be like, but even though while you're playing this part, you think to yourself like, this is kind of a drab ending. Do you know what I mean? Because they've done such a piss poor job of like tying things together. This is kind of dead, and you could just tell something's coming. Obviously, as you go along, Ellie tells Dina she just needs to get some closure or some revenge, and you know Dina says if she does, they won't hear it. They come back, and then boom, that's the next part. This is like the final act, and I think this takes us to like in California, in I think Santa Barbara, California. So you saw this little party, this little encounter as Abby and Lev. So Abby and Lev are just trying to find an out. I think they're trying to find a new committee, I guess, because again, she can't go back to the wall. Abby cannot go back to the walls, you get me? So this is kind of like the part where like it's very insignificant because you don't know what you're doing here. But I think they've been chasing leads, and it leads them to Santa Barbara. Obviously, shit goes wrong. But then, like, obviously, they get found by whichever kind of like faction is controlling the area. You remember the wolves and the scars are controlling Washington. This is Santa Barbara, California, and Ellie's final act. Ellie's kind of like hoorah. Now this is her trying to like, I don't know whether she's trying to find answers. I don't know if she's trying to find revenge. Because remember, like, Abby could have killed her there and then. Abby decided not to, so she's gone to go and find out more clues, and I think she succumbs to the same fate as Abby because she gets caught by whoever these guys, what these guys are called anyway. But it's so significant because it's either are gonna build on this. Do you know what? There's a part 3 coming. Don't get to there's a part 3 coming because this wouldn't have happened. This part of the game wouldn't have happened. This is a part 3 coming, and they're trying to do it as part 3. But if they do bring a part 3. They need to, I don't know, this is me speculating, I don't know who is on like, you know, on that team when it comes to like, you know, the story and whatnot, but they need to bring in people who are better at that kind of screenwriting, you know what I mean, to get pieces things together. But anyway, this is it's very hot. It's mad hot and I'm here filming. But yeah, this is the part where kind of like, unlike Abby, Ellie finds a way to get out, you know what I mean? So it's just her kind of find out exactly what's happened. But then on her journey, she kind of like stumbles across the base of this faction. I remember I told you about that, you know, the end game, the screen, the new screen, once you load the game, once you clocked it, that building, that's their base essentially. So you find that these guys are a bit kind of barbaric. It's not like they're not really like the Scars. The Scars were seen as barbaric and a bit primitive, but these guys are just like psychotic, I think. You know what I mean? So you don't really ever get you don't get to meet their boss. You're literally just trying to find Abby. So it's just added another element to it. Anyway, this is why I say they're a bit barbaric and a bit kind of a psychotic. Because look at this. Whoever they catch, they have out here to die. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, this is Ellie finding Abby. Abby for the last encounter you're going to face. So she finds Abby hung up, kind of crucified, left there to die, and this is her opportunity to save her, I guess. I mean, this is supposed to be her closure. So it's stupid because she cuts her down. Her and Lev's not too far from there. Cuts them down. And then like there's 2 boats, and this is the dock that you see at the start of the game. So this is what you see at the start of the game. You know what I mean? So it's like the last one when you see at the start of the game, and it's supposed to be like, you know, it's showing you this. Every time you start the game, you're looking at the final scene. So anyway, Ellie decides against like Abby lets Abby go, and she actually opts against it, and then she's actually like, you know, she's fuck this. This is payback for Joel. Joel who the one that killed her dad or whatnot. Do you know what I mean? It's such a stupid shit. But then like she actually loses, by the way, she loses 2 fingers in the process. I mean, you know, she loses 2 fingers in the process of this. But either way, like this is it's funny. It's funny. I think I understand now why people are so upset when they got this game. I don't think they're upset at the gameplay per se. I think what they were more upset with was like the way the story kind of unfolded, because it's a mess. The story's a mess, and like if I was basing this on gameplay alone, I'd give this game like a 9 out of 10. For me, a 9.5 out of 10. But when you take in how bad the story was, it kind of drops to like an 8.5. I'm gonna give it an 8.5 because it was really enjoyable playing this game. I wasn't upset when I died. So like The Last of Us 2 Part 2 gets an 8.5 out of me. It loses a whole rating because of how poor the story was. I know some people may give it less, but like it's yeah, man. This game was like it could have followed up. It could have been like the sequel to one of the best games ever, and it could have been like, you know, ranked up as one of the best games ever. But again, the story, they tried to get too cute and they fucked it up. So yeah. Anyway, guys, this has been like Last of Us 2 so far. It's our finale for this series. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Go to watch the video, thank you. But yeah, I've been Yannick for OGX UK, and thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to follow us across all platforms: Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and our podcast. Thank you.